Hello, everyone. Welcome. It is good to have all of you. We're playing the Outer Worlds tonight. I know tonight's typically a Skyrim night, but the load order isn't quite ready. It'll be ready next week, so we will play some Skyrim next Sunday for sure. So I figured, well, what can I do to kind of fill in the gap? It's like, well, I cannot get enough of the Outer Worlds, so we will play some Outer Worlds, which I'm super excited about. And we got to start like 5 minutes early tonight, which is awesome. It is absolutely awesome. So I hope you all are having a good weekend. I am not ready to go back to work tomorrow. I have zero desire to go to work tomorrow. Well, that's not zero desire, but just very little. I don't know. Maybe it's because I wasn't home all weekend. At least not for most of the weekend. Not for most. So I think where we left off... We are... Right, we have to talk to Adelaide. Max says the journal was law. I'll have to do that next. Alright, Adelaide. Oof. Well, that's stealing, I suppose. Alright, this stuttering can stop anytime now.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
Well, you seem nice.
I have been called
Hey,
that,
Vixie.
among other things.
It's good to see you.
Grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
It's a pretty name, Adelaide.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees.
Hey, what's up, Jason? Good to see you, buddy.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Oh, well, that's good, because spittoons are gross.
No, dear. The garden
I don't feel like we
belongs
want
to us
to
all.
mention Thompson
Life
yet.
is the gift of the universe, and the universe yields its bounty equally, absent of prejudice. The soil around the Vale went sour years ago, but I found a way to sweeten it back up. The secret recipe is a little bit of elbow grease, a dash of love, and a heaping pile of special fertilizer. A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots.
She's quite the, she's just quite an articulate lady.
It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject.
I have had that experience, so I can relate to her on that. Alright, let's tell her.
Reed Thompson, you here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile?
Oh wow, that seems
Let's
a
hear
tad
it.
harsh.
What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
Let's see here.
Make amends. Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess.
She is
Like
not
everything else that
vindictive
comes
at
out
all.
of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
Alright. Reed asked me to divert the power over to him. He mentioned a geothermal plant. No, we don't want to threaten her.
He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
Hey, Roland. Good to see you, buddy. Should we be honest? You know what? I feel like we can be honest with her.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want chip parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid.
I'm not going to do that.
Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
All right, so a couple of things there. First of all, talking to several people in Edgewater, they don't mind living there. Number two, I don't like the fact that she's trying to manipulate me right now. Now, this is a hero to you, maybe.
A hero to the people who matter.
Oh, so the people who
Us.
don't think I'm a
To the
hero
ones who
don't
come
matter.
around. To the ones you save. Reed will never understand. He has been too long inebriated on the wine of corporate culture. All he sees is productivity, output, profits.
So here's the thing. She just said to only to the people who matter, which is really what she's saying is the only people that matter are people that think like her. And so where I started out liking her, I'm starting to like her less now because I'm listening to her talk. Where it's funny, Thompson was the opposite. I didn't like him at first, but the more I talked to him, the more I liked him.
Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
If they can get here.
You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it.
Well, hold on.
You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scrap Spacer's choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
Let's see here. Yeah, I don't, yeah.
I'm all right. I ain't so fragile.
That was
But she is quite
unkind.
manipulative.
I'm sorry, dear. It's not much of a living. Every single person in that town has sold themselves to Spacer's Choice. The company owns them. Body, blood, and bones. You've been there. You've seen it. All anyone ever does is toil over a cannery. They give their lives for some heartless corporation, and then they're tossed into a Spacer's Choice brand cemetery.
Yeah, but it seems like some people like that. Like the bartender. Like, she didn't seem to have an issue with that. She seemed to be fine with that life. So who are you to say that that's not good enough?
So, what do you say? Divert power over to us. Shut down that
I'm not
abominable
gonna do that.
cannery for good.
Yeah, no promises. Let's, Here, we're gonna do that. We have to mull. We have some mulling to do. So we're gonna do the Vicar's quest here. Well, I'm trying to remember what I did last time. I feel like, that's the thing. I don't remember it enough to the point where I don't want spoilers. Oh, where's my little, rogue pistol? There it is. Oof, some major pop in there. Ooh, hold on. Let's make sure we get our loot here. No, I need that. Whatever you are, I need you. No. I will get you. One way or the other, you will be mine. No, that's bullcrap. They can't just tease me like that. That is messed up. Oh wait, is there a door right there? Did I just miss it? I think I did. Yep, I sure did. Hold on. Let me go up here. Oh, come on! Come on! Yeah! Got it. Oh, a nice little, oh, quiet muzzler. So that's like a silencer. I hope. Could use a silencer. Who are you? That's where I wish I had a sniper rifle. Stand still there, compadre. Got him. Okay. So that's the thing. So her mindset was clearly there's no middle ground with her. Clearly. It's they're wrong, we're right. Anyone, not only that, anyone who chooses the corporate life is wrong. So therefore they deserve to have their power cut off. That was her line of thinking, which I do not agree with. So I know there's multiple ways, because I do remember, well, let's read these messages. I find I must disagree with your theories about the Earth's Directorate's place in the colonial system. Sadly, as much as I appreciate the board and the new frontier they've opened up for us, I believe Halcyon and all the other colonies on the rim of the galaxy would fall to pieces or war amongst themselves if the Earth Directorate wasn't around to regulate trade and settle disputes. Okay. Had a choice in the matter. Of course, I'd never dispute that Earth is the heart of the whole colonial system, but the real adventure and independent spirit upon which humankind truly thrives is to be found out here among the furthest colonies. Okay, I still think you're wrong about the history, though. The discovery of the skip drive was not what gave the Earth's Directorate power over the corporations. The high cost of the Great War left them... Ooh, the Great War? What Great War is this? We can say the skip drive was simply... okay, that's interesting. Oh, I got a model ship. Levels. Now it wants me to retrieve The journal. Let's go upstairs first. Get our loot on here. Gotta get it all. Okay. So can I get into this one? I really wish they would open up more of these buildings. Like, it almost seems like they meant to, but they ran out of time or something like that. Like, I bet all of these were supposed to be explorable. They didn't get to all the interiors, and so they just created these evicted things. That would be my guess. You. Stun baton. Alright. Now where to? Wants to go over here. We'll walk. We'll walk it. Oh, sorry, Reed let her son die, refused to allow him medical care. Okay. Also isn't able to agree on compromise. People are nothing but cogs, and... Yeah, well, here's the thing, and I forget who I was having this conversation with. And I know, probably playing these sorts of games, I would be in the extreme minority. I forget who I was having the conversation with on Discord. It may have been, Lady Winter. So, part of running a business, even though, you know, people are people, you have to take in the human element. But at the same point, like, part of my job is taking the human element out of it. Part of my job is to look at people as cogs in a system. Because you kind of have to look at it both ways. Both are important. And so even though it's like, well, he just looks at people as, you know, as a part of the system, ooh, that is part of his job. Which I can, and it's an important part. It's a necessary part. And so that's where, I don't think that necessarily makes him a bad guy. Because he looks at people that way. That's his job to look at people like that. And that's, I mean, that's the way companies, whether it's corporate America or whether it's in kind of any country that has any sort of economic system, like, that's the way that, at least in part, you have to look at people. Because people are an asset to the company or they're not. And so, like for it, let me just give you an example. If, let's say I have an assistant. Who, let's say, you know, I hire her and she or he does a really bad job. Like, they're showing up late. They're not taking their work, at least to me, under my estimation, not taking their work seriously, and all that stuff. And I say, listen, you know, it's not working out. We're gonna have to let you go. But then this person says, well, but I need this job. Like, I have kids. You know, I have to provide for my family. They need food on the table. Da 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 da. You can't fire me. Please don't do that because I need this job. And it's like, okay, but you should have thought of that while you were working. It's not my fault as your boss that you're losing this job. It's your fault. Because you didn't take the work seriously. You didn't do a good job. So if it was that important to you, you would have showed up on time. You would have done the job to the best of your ability. Ooh, 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 ooh! That's, oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! You are encumbered and carrying too many items. I didn't pick anything up. Yeah, I'm trying. You know what would help if you shot him. I don't even know what I am. Okay. A Fallout tutorial. During your adventures, things may happen. Sorry, that kind of interrupted me mid soapbox there. Drug addiction, withdrawal, dexterity -1. We're gonna reject because I don't feel like I need an extra perk point. That doesn't seem worth it to me. He's just as much of a victim of this out of control system as everyone else. He just happens to be management. Yeah, and I mean, Thompson, I mean, if he's in a backwater town, it doesn't sound like he's even upper management. Like, he's not judge, jury, and executioner. His hands are probably bound, just like, I mean, so many managers are. But anyway, now that doesn't mean you let people die or whatever. But here's the thing, like, if you don't want to lose your job, now we're talking real world stuff. We're not talking, man, now I lost my place here. We're not talking, you know, the game world, but hold on, let me make sure I'm just going the right place here. Return to the vicar. Will do. But really more the point is, you know, just because her son died and that's terrible, and she died because he denied him medical care. I don't think that's right. I don't think there's any part of that that's like, oh well, that's okay. It's not okay. But I do understand. But if you just look at it from a resource perspective, it's like we have this many resources that we can allocate. And you know, eventually. I mean, you see that in hospitals all the time. Look at organ donors. You know, guess what? Not everyone gets an organ. Like, there's only so many organs to go around. And guess how they say, listen, if you need a lung transplant, but you're a smoker, even if you're 30 years old, but there's a 50-year-old who's a non-smoker who needs a lung transplant, guess what? Because you chose to smoke, you don't get the lung transplant. Because you're just going to ruin it.
Any progress on that matter we discussed?
So unfortunately, you know, there's maybe one day we'll have synthetic.
Wonderful. This is fantastic.
Synthetic
well
organs to where that's not a problem anymore. But
wait, what the fuck is this? Is this French? I can't fucking read French. It's a law-forsaken joke, is what it is. French. Ha! I was so high and mighty, preaching to the yokels about following the plan, while fighting it at every turn.
That is...
Well, yes.
That was
but
hilarious.
I assure you, it was not for personal gain, only for the greater good. I've spent my life searching for the keys to unlocking the secrets of the universal equation that underlies the plan. I had hoped this book held some of those answers. I became so desperate, I even got myself assigned to this plague-ridden backwater to find the damn thing. All the time and suffering I've spent. Wasted.
Oh, poor you. That would be quite the cheeky comment. Yes.
Please. Those dolts? Nothing could be more excruciating than discussing the true nature of reality with people who have no interest beyond their next Aetherwave program. But that's neither here nor there. What I need to do now is to find a translator, obviously. But to do that, I'll first need to secure transport.
Oh,
you have a ship.
I do.
Perhaps I could make myself of use to your crew. Certainly. I already gave you most of my money, but I can offer you free spiritual counseling, and I'd be happy to watch your back.
Free spiritual counseling while he cusses me out.
I'm pretty handy with a toss ball stick, or any blunt instrument, really. I'm also a passable gun hand if it comes to that. I can usually talk my way out of conflict, though. Oh, I'm fairly competent at hacking computers as well.
Okay.
Well, understanding computers is, though I admit I took it further than most. And I was quite the 32nd back during my seminary days. Left many an opponent bleeding on the field.
Are you even, because you aren't sounding very vicarly right now? Yes.
Of course. I'm a vicar who is dedicated to his calling. More dedicated than any other you'll find in this colony. I joined the OSI to help decipher the grand plan. But instead, I ended up the vicar in a prison due to ignorance and politics. Then I came here. Satisfied?
All right, Mr. Snippy.
It's the journal of one of the originators of the Philosopher's School of Thought, though it would be more than a century before it was perverted into that belief system. Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan. But most of that came later. Bakonu had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Most laypeople are not aware of this, but we've not discovered any new insights into the plan for a long, long time.
What does that have to do with the prison?
I had an idea that we should welcome the truth, no matter where we found it. I had the worse idea to share my thoughts with a superior. And that's the long and short of it.
Oh, and so he was sent there. Gotcha.
What do you think?
Gotcha. Yeah, I understand.
Fantastic. Let me get my things in order and I'll catch up with you.
Edgewater's gonna miss you. Folk here always had good things to say about their vicar.
Thank you, Ms. Holcomb. I'll be glad for the change of scenery, and to leave this place behind. I shall see you on the ship, Captain, whenever you're ready to leave Emerald Vale.
Well, no, I want you to come with me. Oh, cat. You should have thought about that before you came in here, dum-dum. Okay, well, we've had time to think. We've had time to think here. Let's, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's a conundrum is what it is. Alright, so... let's see here. Why do I feel like I hear a donkey in the background? Oh, you know what maybe I should do is, spend my skill points. Let's do one here to get those up to 30. Haven't done dialogue in a while. So yeah, we're gonna jack those up. Oh no, hold on, we want to apply. Accept. Perks, perks, perks. Okay, so we want 50 XP for companion kills, because we're going to be companion-based. Absolutely. Now, let's go to our... so, divert power. What is this one? You've learned that there are power... I don't want to do either of those things. Let's go back to the town. What is this again? Sorry, I know I'm... Let me fast travel. We're going to the botanical lab. Alright. I feel like there's got to be more people we can talk to, or something. Let's go back and talk to you. There's got to be more to this. There's got this...
I don't know what you did to talk some sense into Zoe, but I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Okay, you got nothing to say. Well, that's just great. You got anything to say, buddy?
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
Can I loot you? Or is it stealing? What about you? You got anything to say?
Keep
No?
your wits about you, friend.
I'll do my best.
Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
Where's Thomas? Oh, this... Maybe this... Yes, this is Thomas.
Oh, didn't see you there. I was just occupying myself with a little engineering. Whoa, Miss Parvati. You're, what, how are you? Hi. Hello.
Are
That's
you,
funny.
are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no, I'm just along with this fella here.
Are you from town? I mean, you don't exactly look like you're from town. Never heard it phrased in such a way before. I guess we're all trying to get our ships off the ground, ain't we? Sorry,
He's
just
a
wasn't
charming
sure if
fellow.
you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair. I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself.
Oh, good for him.
You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged.
Oh, yeah, I do.
No
That's right.
kidding.
I did pick one up.
Really? Well, which one? Look at that.
There you go, buddy.
Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble.
You're welcome.
In fact, I put aside something special, on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me. Sure, I'd be glad to take them off your hands.
Oh, he gave me 300. Sweet.
What's on your mind? Couple months. This camp's my home. People you see milling about, they're my family. At least I think of them that way. I owe them my life. Would have died in the wilderness if they hadn't chanced upon me, starving and delirious.
Oh.
We all left the cannery for one reason or another. Me? I was let go. Mostly on account of my incompetence.
And that is a reason to get
I
let
mean,
go.
I was incompetent. I couldn't even survive on my own. Grace found me, Adelaide took me in, I've been on my feet ever since.
You weren't incompetent. You just didn't fit the cannery. Not like here. This place had a U-shaped hole, and now it doesn't.
Oh, that's
You
sweet.
could stay, you know. Here. I'd be happy to... I mean, we could really use... oh, this isn't coming out right. If you want, Adelaide would make a place for you.
Okay. So now that I'm friendly, I wonder if I have different dialogue options with Miss Adelaide here. Oh, I can't, this is all stealing. I don't want to steal from these people. Oh, I don't want to pull a gun on them either.
Anything else I can do for you?
Now that we're friendly...
I am getting old, you know. These two lamps of mine are not as bright as they once were. Or I might have seen you for what you are.
Yeah, what's that?
Remains to be seen. Might be the man that saves the veil. Might be Reed's
Wow, she
personal
lays it
gunman.
on thick.
People around here lack the strength to effect change. Or they have the strength, but not the will. You seem to have both. A little prattling never hurt anyone, dear. You might even catch a little sense, if you listen close enough. I can't stop you from conducting your business down at the plant. I just want you to know that if you take our power away, you will have brought an end to our way of life.
And vice versa.
Not under Reed's watch. He and I would come to blows within a day, and he would never tolerate my tending to a garden. This is my home. It will be my home even if Reed cuts our power. Simple as that. If you think Reed does anything in good faith, then you are asking to be lied to. That's because Reed was my boss. I was the cannery's one and only flavor specialist, you see. Remember that limited
White
line of
chocolate
Saltuna?
That sounds
was all me.
disgusting.
My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him.
Yeah, that's rough.
So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear. I could not possibly care less if he does, but you're surely welcome to ask him.
I may ask him. Hold on.
I'm listening.
I want to talk more to you.
That's not strange at all, dear. Few of us truly know where we are. The world can seem like a forest without end, and it is all too easy to lose one's way. But we must remember that being lost is the first step in discovering
Well, here's
yourself.
where I mean, maybe depending on how we're defining the terms, Roland, but I don't know if I agree her motivations are valid. She was a victim, and her son was a victim, for sure. But that does not give her the right to victimize others.
Glad I could help, dear. A sadness of the heart brings
Which is what
sickness
she's
upon
asking
the
me to
whole
do.
body. Are you not feeling well? Ought to lay your head down if you're running fever.
So my question would be, you know, if we shut off the power to the town, would she welcome Mr. Thompson into her little community if he was not the boss? Yeah, never mind. You don't need to know about me. Okay. Alright, now I kind of want to see if Mr. Thompson has more dialogue. Because she said go ask him. And so I think I just might. I know this is a lot of dialogue and not a whole lot of shooting. But I'm interested. This has me intrigued. Of course, I gotta remember where the freaking office is.
Nothing but Saltuna for a year.
What's in there? This looks like fun.
magic happen.
You use a workbench. The workbench allows you to repair, upgrade, and modify your weapons and armor, keeping you combat. I get that. Okay. Let's tinker. So let's do tinker. Oh. Sure. Yeah. Why not?
Well, science. But it still happens. Hey, you hear about Wilson?
All right, Mr. Thompson. We got to get your side of the story here, bub. Yeah, no, and Obsidian always does a fantastic job with their dialogue, and that's how they choose to tell stories, is through dialogue. That's where so that's the big difference between like New Vegas and Fallout 3 and 4 is New Vegas, you know, Obsidian tells stories through dialogue, where Bethesda uses more environmental storytelling.
I'd appreciate it.
Go ahead. It is my job to keep two eyes on my town. I am the steward of this place, and this is my watch post.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember 25 years, 26. When you get to my age, the years just rush by. You stop counting altogether. I remember looking out this window and seeing the veils spread out from horizon to horizon. We were a sprawling town. We were booming. Times change, people change, but the veil will always be here. Spacer's choice will always be here. Our work won't ever end. I take comfort in that.
Okay.
I wish you wouldn't say things like that.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes, as a matter of fact.
Why do you disagree?
When I stand at my window and look out over my town, here's what
my
I
town.
see. I see decent, loyal, hard-working people. I see a family. We are all part of the Spacer's Choice family. We are all doing what we were brought into this world to do. This is a Spacer's Choice town. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family here. The company keeps us warm, keeps us fed, keeps us working. Loyalty's got nothing to do with it, friend. This is good old-fashioned gratitude.
Yeah, I don't agree with you either. Because yes, they may keep you all. They may give you your needs, but what about people that have ambition? It seems like ambition is not something that is smiled upon.
Go ahead. Adelaide was our only flavor specialist. We are a Saltuna canning institution. Saltuna without flavor is like a cysty pig without tumors, borderline inedible. Begging your pardon, Saltuna is a staple in the diet of any self-respecting spacer. Were it up to me, friend, I'd stack our larders with Saltuna galore. No other brand of Saltuna adds as much vim or vigor to the body's humors. But, and this is something we must keep between the two of us, Saltuna is hard to come by, what with being a species indigenous to the seas of another world.
Yeah, what are you canning here then?
Oh, we've scavenged together some organic material from the surrounding environs. Mostly organic, mostly local mushrooms.
See, you're not even giving them the right stuff.
Akin to a well-boiled slab of Saltuna. The difference is all but impossible to detect to any but the prissiest of palate. Go ahead.
Okay, so you're not even giving people what they're buying.
That you are not one of us may work to your advantage. Adelaide and her folk loathe the people of Edgewater, you see.
I have seen
I
that.
admit the fault was mine. I'm about as diplomatic as a bristling canid. I just hope Adelaide and her folk will see their way past my flaws and return to town.
Okay.
Scripture tells us we all have our purpose in the world. Our work shows us that purpose. We should not have to move on from it. Yes, we have lost good workers to desertion. We have lost even more to plague. But it is why we must square our shoulders and carry on. Losing Adelaide was the hardest. She was our only flavor specialist. When she walked away, I knew we were in trouble. Spacer's Choice
The cat's
Saltuna
going
is
nuts.
renowned across the system for its quality flavors and additives. We used to sell citrus-flavored Saltuna in our heyday. Ever since Adelaide left, we have been reduced to selling unflavored and spearmint.
Ew, that's gross.
Go ahead. Can we not? Talking about unpleasant things always gets my bile up.
Oh, suck it up, Nancy.
If I had enough medicine to treat everyone who fell sick, I would, but I don't. I can't save everyone. So I have to choose.
So that makes me somewhat sympathetic to him because I agree with him because that's kind of been corroborated throughout the rest of the people in the town. And the reality is if you only have so much medicine, you can only treat so many people. Like, and that's not because he's necessarily a bad guy. That's just because that's the reality he finds himself in. So how do you decide? Is it just whoever gets sick first gets it? So he's kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Especially given where they are, they're essentially on the frontier, So they're surrounded by marauders and whatever those big old monkey things that almost beat my brains in. So he needs to have his most capable people healthy for the whole town to survive. And granted, which requires hard decisions. So I'm not saying I agree. I'm just saying that I understand it.
It is not easy for me. And the moment it becomes easy is the moment I am no longer fit to serve. Spacer's Choice is a family, and the survival of the family is more important than the survival of the individual.
See, I get that. Like, I understand that.
That I cannot say. There was no moment when the plagues began. Disease always lurks on the fringes of society, waiting to infect the idle and the lethargic. But in the last 10 years, the plagues have become progressively worse and increasingly frequent. Corporate doesn't like us using the word should. It encourages the imagination. I believe plague is a test. It is a test of our loyalty and our fortitude. And it is one we will see through to the end. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, that was informative. I still feel somewhat stuck. Yeah, and it being nutrition-based, I mean, at the very least, the nutrition has something to do with it. Because, good nutrition, if you don't have good nutrition, you're not healthy, and therefore you can't kind of ward off diseases here. I'm going to talk to her again. I feel like there's something I'm missing. Yeah, I mean, capitalism is more of the system, it's not a system for Gilligan's Island, which is this essentially is.
I'm listening.
Capitalism tends to be more... Nothing. Tends to be more productive when there's a lot of people to participate as opposed to just, 10 people or whatever the case may be. Alright, well, let's, Alright, well, it won't let me get on that, icon. So let's just, I guess we'll just huff it. And we killed everything in there, so we should be good to go. I still feel like I'm missing something. But I've talked to everyone I can, and I'm friendly with everyone. Ooh. Guess we should get our gun out. Yeah, I killed all these people. And I killed all the robots. Which everything in here should be pretty much dead. And my cat is still going nuts over the stupid twisty tie thing. Let's sell some stuff if we can. I don't need 2 light machine guns. 19. Okay, so we can sell you a shock cannon. Well, that just sounds cool. Can't sell that. Yeah, I don't need you. Don't need you. I don't want to sell you. Ooh. Armor 9. And we're gonna sell all junk. Which apparently didn't do anything for me. Okay, so it wants me to go in here. I'm not going to make a decision right now, because I feel like there's more. Oh, wait. What did I do? It wasn't going to give me an option? Hold on. I got to reload that. Yep. That is not what I meant. Yeah, I mean, they don't have any control over the outcome. Well, but that's just the way the world works. I mean, no one is actually free to do as they please. Oh. Broke my legs. That's a pretty nasty sound effect. I don't feel like I explored.
No, just leave me alone.
Alright, Higgins. That's right. I remember. I'm gonna find you.
Go away, Phantom.
Boy, I say you may be crazy. Alright, these doors are not opened, so I don't think I've come here yet. Nope. Alright.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
I hear ya. Get him. Where's your life bar, guy? What do you do exactly? Maybe there's enough power for everybody. I really like this pistol. But I can't forget our little, Yes! That's pretty sweet. You know, I know he's all the way down. I just want to, I want to explore everything. Come on, give me, why won't you, there you go, thank you. I want to make sure I get all the nooks and crannies. There we go. Moving something. I don't know if what I did was good or bad, but... we can unlock this. Have I already been in here? Yeah, I think I killed these before. Yep. Been there, done that. Oh, I can open you. Sweet. That better not be it. Oh, it's just a workbench. Really? That's all you're gonna put in here? That seems unacceptable for... oh. Can I repair you? No way to get around. Nope. I'm just gonna... oh, nope. Is there a way to shut that steam off, I wonder? Ooh, climb. Yeah, let's climb. Oh, I could have climbed down here the whole time. I didn't even need to use my, my lockpicks. That's dumb.
You're not real. You're not real.
Come on, buddy. We're gonna give you some help here. You clearly need some help.
Get away!
No, now listen, Higgins. Let's not do anything silly.
Go away, Phantom!
I'm just gonna take that from you. And that. Alright, buddy.
You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot! Scram!
Oh, dang.
You can talk? The Phantom's never talked before. Oh, I knew I shouldn't have eaten that sprat raw.
Oh.
See? See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting. Of course. Do excuse me. I experience brief flashes of mania during which I am visited by the phantoms of my imagination. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I'll use it as a reminder. Hard to say. By my reckoning, Higgins has been here somewhere between 2 weeks and forever. My recollection's a touch fuzzy these days. Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon.
Ugh.
I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant.
Oh, okay.
Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. It was pandemonium.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out.
Yeah,
I
you mentioned
specialized in
being an engineer.
automechanicals, drones, sentries. Repaired them, maintained, upgraded. Did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section. Jimmy'd opened the vending machines. That lasted a good couple of months. Eventually, I had to resort to more unconventional means of filling my insides.
He is interesting.
Braised, boiled, charred, skewered. Sprats are good eating, friend. Chock full of brain food.
Clearly.
Mechanicals lost their bolts. You mean, why did the mechanicals go on a murderous rampage? Same reason any of us do, I suppose. The voices told them to do it.
I know that's why I do it.
I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started.
Yeah, we've already talked about that.
Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons.
Ooh.
You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead. Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering.
I am.
There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you. The tail. Definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling adventurous, the ears are a particular delicacy.
I love this guy. Oop.
I specialized in...
No, that's not what I wanted.
Oh, before. Definitely before. Sissy Pig Tycoonery was the apex of my long and storied career. Jimmy'd opened the vending machine.
We already talked about that.
Well, yes, for the uninitiated palate. A true gourmand appreciates the Sprat's complex melange of flavors. Braised. Boiled.
Yep, we already talked about that.
I specialized in automechanicals.
Okay. Oh, that's not a door. Alright. Oh, yes. We can get this for Buddy. Alright, I feel like I have a good amount of ammo now, which is nice. Okay. Yeah, I know that. I'm missing something. There's just the... Okay. So I know I can convince her to go back to the town. I don't remember under what conditions. So if you know of something that I'm missing, don't do any spoilers. But if you know if there's a step that I'm missing, please let me know. And am I over encumbered? I feel like I'm moving really slow. Here are all equipment. That's 6. This is 9. This is better. But now I'm dressed like a... 17, 13. So I can break this down. Oh, no, I don't want to break you down because I need to give something to the vicar. See, it says I didn't deliver Reed's message. So is that what I'm missing? am I missing out on some of the options because it's telling me I didn't deliver Reed's message first? Because if that's the case, then I mean I did deliver his message first. There we go. I mean, I think I killed them all, so I don't think it really matters. Are you the sprite things? Yeah. You're fine. That's got to be something. I mean, I did talk to her first. I mean, it's telling me I didn't just because I entered the facility. But I did. And now I'm lost because I'm now thinking about other things. So, are you telling me now that that option, whatever option it is to get her to go back, is now no longer an option because I simply entered in here first? I don't really feel like reading all that right now. Okay. So where does it show me my weight? Oh, there it is. My weight, 94 of 90. So I do need to... 5 plasma and assault. So I can break you down. 28. 20. I can break you down. Right? Yes, I can. Shock cannon. I kind of want to save that because that sounds awesome. There, am I down below my weight? Yes, I am. No, I don't want to do that. I already come in here, I did. Okay, well, I've talked to both Reed and Adelaide. I've talked to them both. I can try talking to them again. Which I'll give it the old college try. I'll try to talk to Adelaide again, but I think we pretty much got everything out of her. And then I'll go back to Reed. Yeah, and I remember what I did last time. I don't remember the circumstances, though, which is why...
I'm listening.
Yeah, there's no option here, so I can't do anything with you. So it's not her that... I know there's an option for them to come back. Because that's what I did last time. So let's try talking to Mr. Thompson again. I like the elevator music is the Spacer's Choice song. That's amazing. All right, Mr. Thompson. Let's talk some more.
Something on your mind? Go ahead. That you are not one of us may work to your advantage. Adelaide and her folk loathe the people of Edgewater, you see. I admit the fault was mine. I'm about as diplomatic as a bristling canid. I must. The burden of leadership is responsibility. If my workers walked out on Edgewater, then I have failed them.
Okay.
Yes, we have lost good workers to desertion. Losing Adelaide was the heart. Spacer's Choice Saltuna is renowned.
Yeah, we've
ever
done all
since
this.
Adelaide left. Go ahead. That you are not one of us. I admit nature is uglier. There is safety here. Safety and purpose. But not all of us see that. And I cannot force that vision upon them. Yes, we have lost good workers to desertion. We have lost even...
Yeah, we've already talked about that.
Go ahead. Can we not?
So there's no other dialogue options with him. I feel stuck. I feel like I did something out of order. Did you talk to Adelaide after talking to Reed? Well, no, so Reed gave me the quest. I went to talk to Adelaide. She told me to talk to Mr. Thompson. Talked to Mr. Thompson. Went back to Adelaide. Now Adelaide has nothing to say to me. Mr. Thompson has nothing else to say to me. So maybe I just need to make a choice here. Maybe I just need to make a choice. Well, let's see what you think, girl.
Something you need? He's just interested in fixing stuff. He always used to follow me around, asking me to explain what I was doing. Like a puppy.
Well,
kinda.
Vixie, Adelaide won't... She has nothing to say to me. There's no dialogue options.
I'm just glad he's alive. That he's okay. I mean, when Mr. Thompson said he was fired, we all expected the worst. If he wants to learn about engineering, we should help him get those data pads he wants. I'd like to do that for him.
Alright, let's give him the other pad. I have not redirected any power yet, Vixie. Which is... I mean, that's the only option I have left to do. So, I have to go back and do it.
Any luck finding one of those manuals? No kidding. Really? Well, which one? The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible! You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals. 2 whole data pads?
That's
We
what I'm
still
thinking.
are
Maybe I have to
eating hard.
redirect the power first.
Oh, almost forgot your payment. What's on your mind?
So that's what we're going to do. We're going to save it right beforehand, so if we need to come back to it, we can. Alright, well, we're gonna do it then. We're gonna pull the old trigger. I just wanted to blow that up for some reason. Oh, let's actually turn that, you're over there. Okay. Alright.
Once we do this, there's no going back.
I know.
Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do?
Unfortunately, I do.
I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore.
Oh, well, you heard.
But
It's
the
not
town's got
Saltuna.
some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just
And
living
that's
their
the
lives
thing.
the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished.
Here's why I would tend to side with Mr. Thompson instead of Adelaide, is because Adelaide is just so preoccupied with her hatred for Reed Thompson. Thompson seems to have more concern about the people than Adelaide does.
That sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way. Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something.
No, I'm thinking the same thing, Pavardi.
Really? I mean, wow.
Yeah, you seem
Thanks.
like a bright chick.
No one's ever told me those words in that order.
We are still going to save it, though. Okay. To Edgewater. Okay. Wow, I feel like a real scumbag. Oh, I always go the wrong way, don't I? Yeah, there is a leg in the chat. Okay, so... yeah, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you first. I hope she's willing to have a, okay, this looks familiar to me.
Home is where the heart is. Marauders took that saying a little too literally.
I know, I'm trying to think.
Food's bound to spoil at this rate.
Where are you?
Hope Adelaide's okay.
Marauders can't see us in the dark. Wild canids, on the other hand.
All right, let's chit-chat.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit.
Oh, charming.
This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve.
Well, there's an option, lady.
I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it? You want my flock wasting their lives in that cannery? Fine. Go and talk to them. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management. You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done? Or you just looking for a chance to sow some chaos?
No,
Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can.
That's it,
He
talking
and
him into
I
leaving.
are not sharing the same four walls together.
Okay.
Tell Reed that I can make his people healthy again. I can end their plague. Start a new garden right in the cannery. 3 square meals for every man and woman in Edgewater. Tell him how I've made the Vale bloom again. The soil has whispered its secrets to me, and
I'm not sure I want her in charge,
how
though.
to breathe life back into the earth. The secret is human corpses. I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me. A human body
So
is
she's the
rich
one who's
with
been
nutrients.
stealing bodies. Oh, that makes me not like her even more.
Edgewater's cemetery's got corpses aplenty. Enough for a generation's worth of crops.
Okay. Well, that is eye-opening.
I'm not in the lightest of humors right now.
I know.
The matter's been weighing on me. Zoe came back, but I couldn't keep her from slipping out in the first place. Who's to say I could keep marauders from slipping in?
That's true.
I don't see us lasting more than a couple of weeks out here. I'm loath to admit it. We're gonna have to make our peace with Thompson and hope he takes us back. Listen, we go back to Reed, hat in hand, begging for our old jobs back. Well, Adelaide's not gonna forgive us. She never talked to us again.
Well, but that's her choice.
Sure, suit yourself. I'll be here.
Okay.
Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead. I've been thinking about going back. I'm not much use to anybody here. I get sick thinking about working at the
Yeah, I think I like Thompson more than
Can't do that
Adelaide.
again.
Adelaide's got some issues.
You know something? I think you're right. The town could use another engineer, and I'm on my way to becoming one. I could do a lot of good in Edgewater. Maybe even keep a garage of my own with a little workbench and My very own toolbox. It's just... Adelaide's never gonna forgive me. Not in 100 years. I go crawling back to my old life in Edgewater, and I'm as good as dead to her. You know where to find me.
Okay. All right. Talk Thompson into stepping down. Well, I kind of feel bad for Thompson, though. I mean, I know it's partially his own doing. Here we go. All right, Mr. Thompson. Let's chit-chat.
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water. I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts?
Hold on there, kiddo.
Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's choice. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes. But I have done my best for this town.
I kind of understand what he's...
Her son got sick with plague a couple years back. Company never gave us enough medication to treat the whole town. So I had to choose, you see. Adelaide's child, or someone else's. She's never forgiven me. I don't expect she ever will.
Yeah.
I'm a Spacer's Choice man. My father was a Spacer's Choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some buttoned-up freelancer, but it is my home.
No.
I don't believe you. Plague's a reality of life. Best treatment is a good work ethic.
That's, see, you're just being stubborn.
The very notion is just grotesque. A raw vegetable? Why don't you just ask me to go chew the bark off of a tree? We are a Spacer's Choice Saltuna cannery. We eat Saltuna here, and only Saltuna. I don't understand. You say Adelaide's growing her own food, but that should not be possible. The soil's gone sour. Company said as much. Our own botanists couldn't grow decent crops for us, so the company got rid of them and shut down the greenhouse. You will excuse me for being skeptical. How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren soil? And when you say special fertilizer, you mean what exactly?
Yeah, no, Vixie, I agree with you.
Adelaide has been using dead bodies in her fertilizer? That's... Come to think of it, that's a stroke of brilliance. What a remarkably efficient solution. Recycling Spacer's Choice property long after its date of expiration.
It would
I was wondering
seem
about those missing bodies in Silas's
I
cemetery.
like Thompson more, but I feel like Adelaide is a more valuable asset at this point than Thompson is to the town.
So Adelaide wants me gone. Trade my life for the life of the town. You understand what she's doing. If I leave town, I'm as good as dead. If I stay, Edgewater will die of attrition. Adelaide has discovered some secret cure for the plague, and she is holding my town ransom. If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague, then she deserves this office more than I do.
Oh, wow.
I won't stand in her way. My life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me. I do. Adelaide's found a cure for the plague, and she knows how to tend to crop. She's what this town needs. A couple months ago, I might have put in for a transfer. It's a big colony. Spacer's Choice has other towns. Now, I couldn't show my face in any of them. No such thing as an honorable resignation. Suppose I could find a place outside the walls, or put in for early retirement.
Does that mean kill himself?
I have always tried to do right by my town. It has never been easy.
Oh. See, and now I really like him. He's putting other people's needs ahead of his own. Where Adelaide is not. She's being a spiteful shrew. Unwilling to put aside her malice and her bitterness for the sake of others. She's unwilling to do that. And it just kind of pisses me off that I'm giving her what she wants. But it is what is best for the masses. Aren't you hateful old shrew?
Look at that. The snake's come back.
Oh, I really just want to slap you.
I never thought I'd see the day that Reed Thompson abandoned his post. Suppose we all have a breaking point. Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. We must tend to what remains of the town and carry on with our lives as best we may. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving you something to leave us be. It's a ransom, you understand, not a reward.
Oh, you're a...
You telling me you did all this just to put me in charge of Edgewater? Stranger, you are some kind of twisted. I might turn that old cannery into a garden. Got ourselves a whole cemetery bursting with bodies. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater. Got a considerable burden to carry.
Any luck finding one of those manuals?
Let's talk about something else.
Adelaide said that? Was she sober at the time? I never imagined she'd step foot in Edgewater long as Reed ran the town.
Thompson did leave.
Something must have changed in Edgewater.
He said he was leaving.
Adelaide's good as family. If she's going back, so are we.
Never liked Reed much. Can't say I'm sorry he's gone.
Okay, well. Oh, poor Mr. Oops, poor Mr. Reed. Alright. Let's do one here. And then one... Keep going here. Yep. Apply. What about you, Pavardi? You got any skills? Nope. No skills. Me? No. Oh, why do you still want me to go down here and talk to her? Oh, I need the regulator. Duh. Alright, let's see if we can, before we do that, let's see if we can find this last manual for this guy. Here it is. We have instructed our staff to transform the old domicile into a sick house. Like his reality of life on the frontier. Yeah, it's tough. Let's give him the last one here. Come on. Perception is everything.
I'm glad Adelaide's coming back to town with us. With Reed gone, we're gonna need her leadership.
Even though she's bat crap crazy.
No kidding. Really? Well, which one? Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself.
Yeah, the music is really cool.
Set. All 3 parts.
All the sound is.
I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen. Aside from you, Miss Parvati, I swear, I'll do you proud.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit.
Thank you, buddy. Alright, return to the unreliable. Alright, is there anything else I'm missing here before I leave?
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling. I worked on the occasional supply coach in need of repairs. Once I built a little model craft out of spare parts, but Mr. Thompson found out and I had to take it apart. I want to ask you something, and you can say no, but can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves for my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
Alright, lady. That's a good
Yeah,
question.
I've been thinking about that. Edgewater was on the verge of collapse before you showed up. You sent them power, and now the town might see another season. And you talked Miss McDevitt into coming back to town. Maybe one day, Edgewater will have a garden where that cannery once stood. You ain't exactly a stranger anymore. You done some kindness hereabouts. I wouldn't mind following somebody like that. Yeah, I really do. My whole life's been small.
Community
I realized
center.
that when you walked into town. I've been seeing the same faces every day, the same sky, the same stars. Then I saw this ship. This gorgeous, stately lady with her eyes turned skyward, and I made up my mind to come along with you. Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
She's adorable. Yeah, did I miss anything? I feel like I've been to all these places. I haven't been here. Is this something? Let's go back. Let's do some talking.
You're not a big drinker, are you?
Oh, I almost forgot. I'm contractually obligated to recite company slogans to any visitors. You tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's choice.
Well done.
Go ahead. The Hope? No, I've never mixed a drink by that name. I could get you a rum and something if you like.
Ooh, rum.
Wait, no, never mind. We're all out of something. I don't know what fancy bars you've been crawling, but the rest of us make do with 0G. 0G brew, an ale that's good for what ails you. Would you keep your voice down? You're gonna get the whole cantina written up. The Hope's folklore, all right? 60, 70-year-old folklore by now. The board don't approve of spreading seditious rumors and falsehoods. You're inviting trouble talking that way, and I don't want a part of it. Look, either shut your gob or stick a drink in it. We're done talking about this.
All right. Now, one of y'all said that there was a gun, like a special gun in here.
I'm not allowed in here. Not since the vending machine incident.
Oh, okay.
Holcomb. Miss Holcomb ain't allowed in this establishment. Not since that little incident.
Absolutely. I'll keep my hands in my pockets. I won't touch anything while we're in here, Mr. Moreau. I promise.
Music to my ears.
Oh, so you have a hammer. I'm not really a hammer character. I will sell my junk, though. A stealth kit. I feel like that could be valuable. I think I want you. Anything else of value in here? Let's sell some stuff, though. Yeah, I don't need you. I don't need you. You're a blunt weapon, right? Yep. Kind of. Yeah, I don't want a special hammer. That's not what I roll with. All right. The Constable quest. I don't remember any constables. So I don't remember constable quests. Where would I get those quests? I'll travel back. So constable, so does that mean I need to find a prison or
Riley's
something?
been running at full capacity all
Oh,
day.
didn't mean to do that. That's sprint in another game.
You think corporate's ever gonna visit?
You some sort of freelancer?
You're safer inside the walls.
Carry on.
Oh.
Huh?
You're safer inside the walls.
Okay. She's in town, one of the buildings. That does sound familiar now that you mention it. But is that on this planet? Because they don't. Oh.
I've been feeling pretty low.
I've never actually been in here.
Thanks for helping me back in that
Scary
cave.
from outside.
Real knack for curative work.
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. We are Halcyon's leading brand in frontier justice. The office is writing up promotion. Purchase 3 criminal investigations and the 4th one's free.
Oh, I have to purchase one.
As a Spacer's Choice Constable, I am authorized to grant you legal authority toward apprehending wanted criminals. Know how to carry yourself in a fight? I've got bounties out for these 3 marauders.
Let's do
Pass
it.
them off and bring me their fingers. Just one
Ooh.
per marauder, please. I'll dust off the old fingerprint roller. As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity.
Okay.
His likeness decorates many a wanted poster. Do you have any relevant information about this individual? Something to report? As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity. If this is a setup to a joke, you should know I've never found anything amusing in my life. I don't serve Edgewater. Edgewater and the entire region of Emerald Vale serves Spacer's Choice. Spacer's Choice is a wholly owned subsidiary of Universal Defense Logistics, which occupies a seat on the Halcyon Holdings Corporation.
Okay.
Also known as the Board. I must admit it bothers me that you don't already know this.
Well, don't be so easily bothered, sweetheart.
Something to report? As long as your questions fall within the If this is a I don't... Careful, stranger. Talk like that comes dangerously close to sedition.
Alright, well that's good enough. Alright, thank you for not letting me miss that. Alright, let's go to the plant. Start collecting some fingers. $126, $232. Okay, we'll go to the closest one. Alright, Pavardi.
Incoming!
What the frick?
Nice work!
That was intense. Alright. Finger time. Yep. We're hunting rabbits. Kind of. Off with the head. I wish I had a silencer on that gun. Yes! Oh. Excuse me. $66. Oh, that's better. Sorry, plasma rifle. Hold on, I gotta figure out how to put on attachments here. How do I... Oh, I guess I need to be at a workbench. Yes. Even though it seems somewhat redundant. Bad timing. Nice. Alright, there's gotta be goodies in here. What's up there? All right, next. Just hunting down some marauders. That's just good old-fashioned fun right there. That is a lot of scary noises. Oh, you're tamed, so I'll leave you be. Right in the dome. Those monkeys are kind of fierce. Oh.
Incoming!
Oh, I love the sound of that gun. Oh, I'm over encumbered. Great. Alright, let's break down some stuff here. Yeah, I definitely don't need you. Plasma rifle. Oh, I already have a plasma rifle. Yep, 71, 52 to 118. It's the same thing, so I'll break you down. Light machine gun. I already have a light machine gun. Okay, I think that's good enough for now. See if we can snipe this sucker. Yeah, that's what I figured, a workbench. Which I think there's one on my ship. Right in the dome. Oh, hello! You're not dead. Nope. Alright. Big birth time. Wakey, wakey. Yeah, I don't need to keep... Well, I guess I can use the... I can break it down for the components. Let's see here. So that's 9, 3, 4. So let's break this down. Break this down. Break down these rebreathers. There we go. Oh yeah, I vaporized you. Yep, let's just take it off. Alright, last one. Oh, I'm encumbered. Oh, I didn't think I was. Okay. 16. 9. Let's put you on. Shot cannon, plasma rifle. Sawed-off shoddy. I may get rid of this sawed-off light machine gun. Oh, wait. Are you better? 215, 28. 215, 28. You're the same, so I'll break you down. One more. Oh, we don't need the shotgun. Besides, I'm sure we can get another one in short order. Let's go. Alright, we're going to kill this guy, turn this in, and then I think we're going to be done for the night because we are coming up on 2 hours. I know we won't technically get off this rock yet, but we do have Wednesday. We're still going to do this on Wednesday, even though we're doing it tonight. Mag pick. Ooh. Well, hello there. You now have no head.
Get ready. Kill! Kill!
Oh, you raised the alarm.
That's the last of them.
Alright, let's see if we can somehow snipe this character. Don't want... Oh, I'm over encumbered again. Come on. Right in the face. Ride him. Of course I'm over encumbered again. You got any goodies? See, I need to give some of this.
That was a good thing you did, Captain. Helping to bring the deserters and Edgewater folks back together. I hope you rest well on that.
Good night, Roland. Thanks for coming by, buddy. Can I give anything to you? You're 58. You're 53. You're 47. 8. Oh yeah, I want to wear that. Absolutely. What was I thinking? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't even care that it doesn't help me in the slightest. Don't even care. That is awesome. Yeah, we're gonna break this down. Gotta have an eye patch.
Great work.
And the hat. Yes. Now, if I could wear both, I don't think I can, but that would be the tops. Oh, I think I like the eye patch more. I'll have to put the hat on somebody else. Man, I want the hat and the eye patch, though. That would just so complete the character. Alright, I think I can... This hunting rifle... 5366... 50... Oh. Oh, let's unequip you. Equip you. And we're just gonna break you down. Perfect. Alright, I'm glad I didn't miss those. I mean, I'm sure I could have come back and done it.
Wish we had some better rations.
Something to report?
Yes.
We pay by the finger. What do you have for me?
And this is exactly like a quest in New Vegas. Can I just do them all
Gil
simultaneously?
Antrim. Real name, Guillaume. Duly processed by a freelancer on behalf of Spacer's Choice. I remember him. He was just a kid last I saw him. Shame.
Oh, that's
I'll
sad.
just need your signature here, 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 and here. Got any more fingers for me? Mabel Burgess. Age 37. Right or left-handed? Let's just say no longer applicable. I remember Doc Burgess. Conducted my physical every fiscal quarter. Guess she couldn't keep her hands off her patient's medicine. Still one outstanding bounty. If you've got a finger, I've got the paperwork.
I do have a finger.
Here we are. Bertie Cotton. Cause of death. Let's just say overwhelming physical trauma. Bert was the local preacher before Max took over. Always was quick to remind us that we all get what we deserve in the end. Well, that's all three. I must remember to requisition some more fingerprint ink. Here's all the compensation you've earned, plus a bonus.
Ooh, I like a bonus.
You've done such a bang-up job hunting down our former workers that I thought it only proper to deputize you. Congratulations.
Oh, sweet. And I got a badge.
Let me stop you there. It is official Spacer's Choice policy that all Marauders, regardless of prior affiliation to the Spacer's Choice brand, no longer qualify as our people. Marauders are folk who lost the will to keep working, wandered out into the wilds and gave into their baser instincts. Not everyone's cut out to work in Edgewater. Some turn deserter, some turn Marauder. None of them get my sympathy.
Okay.
Uh-huh. I recall young Eugene. Good kid. Nice smile. Fussy about his health, though. Took a little too much adrenatime. That'll do a number on your brain matter. Says so right on the warning label. Violent psychosis is a well-documented and legally accounted for side effect of adrenatime. What's on your mind?
Nothing. All right. Let's see here. Let's get that. That up to 30. Stealth. Let's do tech. Apply. Oh, and we get a skill. No. Per flaw. No, I don't like the flaws. Let's do this. Five previous points, okay. No, let's apply. Accept. Sweet. And I got my eye patch. I said in the beginning, the first episode, I wanted an eye patch. Alright, everyone. That is where we are going to leave this. But thank you all for coming. This was a lot of fun, and I will see you guys on Wednesday night. See you next time. Thanks.